Hi guys, I'm Spaceship and I decided for this video to do something a little bit different. It's been a while, and when I was deciding what video to do next, I realized that despite me talking about stuff that I actually love, I've been a pretty negative, cynical bitch lately. At least here. Maybe it's just overwhelming nihilism that surrounds us from every medium. So I thought that we have to do something different for a change. Let's make my first video in 2023 something positive. About something that surprised me, but in positive way. Something that made me happy and something that delivered on its promises. Let's talk about Crash Bandicoot, baby! Yeah, what can I say? I love cartoonish platformers. And last year I played Crash 4 and I freaking loved it. No, not this one. This one! No one loves the other one. And specifically, I want to talk about alternative dimension Tawna, so no one can tell me that I just hate cool, strong female characters, because I love her. I love alternative Tawna. I thought I was not gonna love her, because she seemed so gimmicky and designed to be cool and edgy when she was revealed, but when I finally get to playing the game, I fell in love, and it has absolutely nothing to do with her 3D shapes. Let's start from the beginning. So Crash 4, It's About Time, takes us on a wild ride around different dimensions and alternative timelines. The multiverse is at risk of breaking apart because mad scientists are taking magical masks that normally keep all the laws of physics in order. Density, force, time, gravity, all the good stuff, and are meddling with them, affecting many different realms around time and space. Since Crash always contained both magic and science, this is a simple but effective way of establishing a multiverse, and it makes a lot of sense in Crash's universe. So Crash and his sister Coco, who's a spokesperson for the duo, because Crash is effectively mute, are traveling throughout multiple dimensions to collect the mask before the scientists do. And I just need a quick note here. Crash and Coco are exactly the same in the gameplay, and the game knows it. And the game doesn't try to tell you anything else. They are treated like one entity throughout the game. Crash is the more important only because he's the one who defeated Cortex personally so many times. But they are real, true equals. Because in every single main level, I can choose which one of them I want to play as. I mean, why not, since their mechanics are exactly the same, their set of skills are exactly the same, they're just skins of each other. So in that conditions, not giving a players a choice would be just silly, you know what I mean? Especially since they're on the same journey. They are a team. She's the brain, he's the heart, and they're both the muscle. It only makes complete sense. Sorry, I got sidetracked again and we almost ended up in the negativity zone. So let's try to avoid that. So we travel along through different dimensions, and in one of them we meet Tawna, but she's a bit different. Yeah, she had her basic punk post-apocalyptic makeover done. Our heroes quickly put two and two together and realize that this Tawna is not their Tawna, it's the alternative dimension Tawna from a rougher world. Actually, we don't know if she's from a rougher world. She might just have a different style, because we never are directly told that she comes from the pirate dimension we first meet her in. She might have started her journey in completely different place and just wander her way to us. Kinda like Dingodile. The thing that would mostly indicate that is the witherness of her clothes. Rips and patches that would point to a harder times. And many battles. Maybe even her carelessly throwing herself into the fight without any consideration towards her own safety. So Tawna is actually very reluctant to directly assist us. She's a solo player. She doesn't want to be part of the team, but she helps around wherever she can. Later we learn, and we actually already knew, the hints were there, they were obvious, but kinda cute and funny, that her versions of Crash and Coco were killed by her version of Entrope. They apparently faced the villain as a team together, and she murdered them right before Tawna's eyes. So that is absolutely enough. This is her backstory. It's simple, it's straight to the point, makes complete sense, and explains exactly why she acts the way she acts. Her drive towards defeating entropies, but also her solo act. She's traumatized by what she went through, and seeing another Coco and Crash having a chance to kinda get them back in a weird way, she doesn't want to lose them again. So she kinda betrays us and tries to go against the villains herself. You know, solo. Our heroes are heartbroken by that, but they totally understand, because honestly I think that in her shoes they'd do the same. But they came after her because they would never leave a friend, and they kick both of Entropy's butts. So let's take a minute to actually talk about what happened here. Because of how Crash games are built, it doesn't have much time to really get into the cinematic types of storytelling and characters drama. So the developers had to get extra creative to show in less conventional ways story and characters progression, where other games have the luxury of long cutscenes, a lot of dialogues during the gameplay, and all the benefits coming from the reputation of being the more mature one. And still, somehow, this Looney Tune with magic and cartoonish visuals, closed levels with obvious paths, super fast pace, with quips and jokes everywhere, somehow managed to make it work way better. It doesn't beat you with morals and themes over your head, directly telling you what you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to take from it while looking at the camera. It shows. This is a very dark backstory, but it still manages to fit to this world. And that is an achievement. So yeah, Tawna experienced a tragic loss in her life, and she doesn't want to go through that again. That's why she isolates herself. She works solo, as she names it. She doesn't want to be responsible for other people and feel guilty for their harm, because it's okay if something bad happens only to her. She only has herself to blame, and she doesn't have to feel guilty about it. All of that comes from grief and deep care for her friends. That's why, even though she doesn't want to work with us, she still makes sure to keep us safe as much as she can. And that's where her side missions come into play. She has her own side adventures connected to the levels that we play as our main marsupials. She's saving us from behind the scenes, kinda like a guardian angel of sorts, because she wants to keep us safe. And at the end, when we're supposed to face the very villain that long ago took her friends from her, she doesn't want to risk it. She wants to keep us safe, even if she doesn't have much chances going solo. So she immobilizes our heroes and jumps into the fire all by herself. But our heroes are not gonna leave her like that, so we catch up and stop the villains together as a team. Tawna learns that being alone is not a solution, that the power is in the teamwork. Even if there's a risk of loss, that risk is worth it. It's worth not having to live your life so lonely and miserably, letting only grief dictate your ways. Because that is a life in constant fear, not for yourself, but for others, which sucks. And teamwork is dream work. It's a very simple message, but it's really nicely shown and not told to us. And it's a one that everyone can get behind. Everyone needs help sometimes. And even if something bad happened in the past, it doesn't mean that we cannot be happy again, because we're afraid of losing that happiness. And that getting close to people doesn't mean you're showing weakness. Yes, it is another way to hurt you, but it's also another way for you to get up again, and just one more thing to fight for.
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Together. We'll lose. And we'll do that together too.
It's so subtle. It's told via subtext, body language, and even missions layout. And it doesn't leave any annoying questions, just the ones out of pure curiosity. Like what her Crash and Coco were like, what kind of adventures they had. None of those questions are, how the heck did she, or how the F is that supposed to work? No, because her story, her character development, and her actions, her motivations, given what we know, it all makes sense. Not to mention she's a total badass. When it comes to her design, or rather redesign, her proportions are a bit too human-like, even for human standards in this universe. But to be honest, they're consistent with the main Tawna, except for some extra muscle here and there. Plus, she always seemed a bit older than the siblings. I really like that her design is punk rock, but still very feminine. Like her still having a very well-fitting pink shirt and those sock thingies. And even her hook is pink. I really like that she balances her femininity with that badass rock star pirate style, which makes me believe that that might be just how she looks like, and not necessarily a result of her backstory and her needing to toughen up while playing solo, because she keeps that outfit playful. I would really love her to meet our main Tawna, And instead of them being stereotypically like, oh my god, how could I ever look like that? But more like, oh girl, I love your style, you know, the supportive sisters. Oh, I'd love that. Then maybe even sharing the accessories, like alternative Tawna giving the main Tawna her jacket. Oh, that could be cute. That's just a thought. Her short-cut hair with blue accents also make her more distinct, not only from our main Tawna, but also Coco. The only thing that I miss is her tail. It was so cute and puffy, but I miss the tails on all of our Bandicoots. Crash 4 also gives the additional playable characters something unique. Each of them have their own attacks and gimmicks. Instead of spinning and punching, Tawna has a high kick. She's not as good at jumping as Coco and Crash, but she has her grappling hook, which is a great accessory, giving her more mobility in the platforming sections. And it's pretty fun to use. She's very capable and strong, but she's not unstoppable. As I already mentioned, she helps us, but she also needs help from us. It's a great balance, honestly. That's actually the perfect way for me to describe her. Well balanced. In her design, in her gameplay, and in her characterization. She also oozes with charisma, and it doesn't seem forced. She doesn't need any characters around telling us how great she is. She's showing us that. We experience it while playing as her, seeing the things that only she can do, and empathize with her struggles. That we actually see her struggle, and aren't just told that she has issues. And the best part is that at the end, she grows. She learns her lesson. She opens her heart again. She even helps us to get to the villain while having to stay behind herself. And she's okay with that, she just cheers us on, showing that she really moved on from her paranoid, overprotective and self-destructive ways. These two scenes are great parallels showing us her growth. And we didn't need her to just stand and tell us what she learned today for us to get it, to understand it. And that's honestly the best part. Because of that she feels real. Not like a Mary Sue or self-insert, but an actual fun take on a character in what-if scenario. When I first saw that Tawna, I really thought I was not gonna like her. I thought, oh, here we go again. Another female character, designed by the chart to be not like the other girls, strong and independent. She's gonna be awesome, she's gonna save us all the time, and she's gonna overshadow all of the titular characters. But I am very happy to say I was wrong. I was totally wrong. And honestly, I couldn't been happier for that, and I can't wait to see her in the future games. How about you? Thanks for watching. Bye!